and welcome to the Direct Selling Success Podcast. I'm Anna Green and I'm here to share with you tips, tricks, and training on network marketing done right. Thank you for listening.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just in the state of my hair. I just tried to sort it before it went live. Oh my God. I have just been out in the garden. I've probably got mud on my face. I never even thought. I've been like, I've still got it in my fingernails. Do you know what? So I have a house renovation project, for those of you that don't realise. You can probably see my beautiful 1930s fireplace there. And this lovely 60s, 50s sideboard. It's just amazing. But anyway, my garden, it's a beautiful garden and it's obviously been cared for a very long time. It was my gran's house. And when we moved in, my gran was starting to get too old to look after the garden the same as she'd always done. So it's gone a little bit rampant. Actually, a little bit rampant might be the wrong phrase. That might be slightly taming it down a little bit. So underneath all this stuff that's overgrown and like ridiculous, there is actual some really nice stuff. So this morning and every morning, I am going to attempt to go out and clear bits of it. So I'm setting myself a little target of 10-15 minutes to go out there and clear something. And every day, if I do the same thing, I'll eventually get a beautiful garden again. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this was not because my hair is an absolute mess and my fingernails are full of dirt. The reason I'm telling you this is because I want to tell you a little bit of a story. So we all get overwhelmed with business. Tell me in the chat here, in the comments, whether you get overwhelmed with your business, whether you sit down in a morning or at the start of a week or after you've come back off the Easter holidays and you go, I don't even know where to start. I'm all overwhelmed. I don't know what to do first. I look at the to-do list and go, oh my goodness me, I don't even know where to start. And there's just so much to do. So you don't do any of it. Yeah? I can't be the only one that does this. I get it massively with housework, with gardening, with clearing stuff out. I get it with... I had it when we moved house. The sheer scale of the things that I had to do to prepare to move house was just so overwhelming that I just like, whoa, couldn't do it. So the gardening thing is a very similar thing, and it's very similar in business. Yeah, so there's simple techniques that you can use, and it's exactly what I'm doing with my garden. I am looking at it, and yeah, I've got this huge big task. I mean, it is massive. A massive garden. It's got a big like fruit bit at the back with raspberries and rhubarb and gooseberries and strawberries that have just grown all over the path, and there's raspberries coming up between the paving slabs, and I just look at it and go, oh my God, I haven't even touched that bit yet. I've left that bit, I've parked it because it's not important. Same with your business. If you find a bit of your business that you think, actually, I need to park that, I can't deal with that at the moment, it's not relevant at the moment. For example, again, TikTok. We've been doing TikTok in the Success Lounge membership last week. If that's just so overwhelming, I've been telling the members not to bother. Some people want it, some people are ready for it, some people are using it already. Great, fantastic, jump on the training. If not, do what I've done with the back of my garden, with the fruit patch in my garden, and just go, right, no, not important at the moment. I'm going to concentrate on something that is. So prioritise what's important. For me in my garden, what's important at the moment is that I don't slip down the paths because of the like slimy whatever it is that gets wet and it's just a death trap. That's important. The things that are important are the big things that are overgrowing everything else that I need to clear out before I can get to the little stuff. So I'm thinking about the things that I need to do as a priority, so I get a little bit less overwhelmed. Don't get me wrong, I'm still overwhelmed. But I've got a plan now. I've got a plan. I've set a plan in place. It's taken me a while to get the plan in place. And it's taken me a while to get the mindset right to put the plan in place. Because the overwhelm kicks in. You're like, no, can't cope with any of it anymore. Like in business, can't cope with any of it anymore. It's just too much. I don't know what to do next. Nothing seems to be working. Whatever I do is just falling on deaf ears. Whatever I do is not making a difference. Yeah? That's how I feel about my garden. it can just be really frustrating. So when you get in that mindset, it's very easy to start thinking, oh God, what am I going to do? I can't do anything. I don't know what to do. And then just shove it all in a cupboard or close the curtains. Don't look at it. We can't do that all the time. We can't if we want to build a successful business. So the way that I started to get my mindset right for planning was to visualize what it would look like when it's done. Think about your business in this way. What is important for you? What is that end result? What is that dream, that vision that you've got that you can think, right, that is what I want it to be like. Yes, all this stuff is overwhelming me. I've got so much to do to get there, but that is what I want. And that is what I really, 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 really want. Really want. So much that it makes me feel funny inside, right? You can do the same. So my garden, I want it to be beautiful. I want to be able to sit out there in the summer and not think, oh God, I need to cut that back and that's a mess and that's poisonous to my dogs and I need to clear that out because it's growing into the grass. You know, all those things. I need it. I want it to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect because, you know, I'm a realist. I know it's never going to be perfect, but it's going to be more livable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself a plan so that I can tackle it little bit by little bit by little bit. Because if I can do that, eventually I will see a difference. If I go out there for half an hour a day, 10 minutes a day if I'm really busy, I'm not going to commit to doing it if it's wet and horrible. I'm not going to commit to doing it if I'm busy with something else. But if I make the effort to go out there when I can as a priority over other things like scrolling on social media or sitting and watching naff on telly, I am then going to build that garden into something that I love. Exactly the same with your business. What can you do in short amount of times? What is the first thing that you can do? What can you do to just feel like you've done something towards where you're trying to get to? If it gets that overwhelming, start small. Go right back to basics. And in the mastermind that I'm running with a few lovely ladies that I can see watching, we were talking about this. We were talking about that fact that, you know, we get into a rut with our business and we need to go back to basics if we want to make it work. We need to go back to doing the things we know that are going to move our business forward. It's exactly the same as what I'm doing with my garden, hence why I am telling you this with mud in my fingernails. So really, really concentrate on that why, make a plan, look at all that overwhelming stuff and just break it down into little bits that you can manage, things that are important, park the rest, do the things that are going to make you the sales, that make you the money. If something doesn't align with you and somebody's telling you to do it and you're getting overwhelmed, again, park it. And on this note, it is all well and good saying, yeah, I know what I should be doing. I know what I should be doing, but I can't do it for whatever reason. Think about why you can't do it. Because if you don't have the right mindset, like me, when I was closing my curtains on my garden and going, no, I can't deal with this at the moment. I can't deal with it. It's just too much. I don't know where to start. I don't know anything about gardening. Blah. It's exactly the same. You need to work on that mindset. You need to think about that vision that you've got. You need to get some help with this processes of being able to do the little bits, which is what I do. I help people do the little bits, the little actions, show you how to do them, show you how to work with something that you've got, you know, work with up here, all those things. Things might not be happening, things get overwhelmed, things get stressful if we don't have that right mindset. So if we can work on that, it really does help. So for me, my big garden, I'm working on this as I teach people in my membership to do, as I'm going to teach you to do now. I look at my belief cycle. So, and I've talked about this before and I talk about it a lot. The belief cycle is how we believe things are going to turn out. It's something we all do. So what happens is you have a thought, that garden is too much for me to do. I can't do it. I don't know anything about it. Right? And I look at that and I can either think, which I was thinking, it's too much, never going to do it. It's never going to work. I've taken a bit off more than I can chew. It's just not going to happen. So my belief starts to go, oh no, down, 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 because I can't do it. It's just never going to happen. And the worse it gets out there, the more I think that. The worse it becomes, the more things I have that help me believe that reinforce that belief, the worse that gets. So when it comes back around to that thought again, I've instilled that thought in my brain saying, actually, that is never going to happen. It's just too much. Therefore, the next time I think about going out there with my fork and my spade, I'm like, no, can't do it. I've proven to myself that I can't do it because I don't know anything about gardening, because I've made a mess the last time, or it's not worked, or I'm back in the same position because all the weeds have grown. Goes back round again. So I instill that belief even more. And we do this in business as well. We do it in life. We all do it. I used to do it at school. I'm no good at maths. I do it in my business. I'm rubbish at tech. And then I prove myself that I'm rubbish at tech. So it's one of those things. It happens and we do it. Our brains are programmed to do it to protect us. Now, you can change that belief cycle to go the other way. It takes time and it takes effort. And it takes learning and commitment and accountability and the reason. You need a reason to change that belief. So that's why your why is so important, because your why needs to be stronger than that little beetle inside your head going, you can't do that. You can't do that. The beetle has to be flipped. It has to go. But the only way it's going to go is that belief. So my garden, back to my garden. The weather's getting better in it. So actually it's a bit nicer to go out. It's not quite as cold. The ground's not quite so hard. Everything's growing and starting to look pretty. Therefore, I have a little bit more belief that I can make this happen. So I've gone out and I've done a little bit and I can see the difference. Even if it's just like a patch that's a metre square, I can see the difference. So my belief has then gone, oh, this is going okay. You know, I can do this. I can go out half an hour a day. I've got 10 minutes every day to go out and do something with this garden. And eventually it's going to work because my mindset is better because the weather's better, the garden's looking pretty, I'm in a better place with not being quite so busy in my business. So I'm thinking, yeah, actually I can do this. So I went out about a week ago and I did something and it made a huge difference and it worked and it wasn't stressful and I didn't get achy. I didn't turn myself out, you know, all these things. So my belief cycle was starting to go the other way. Went out the next day. Same thing. And the next day, same thing. And I'm instilling that belief that actually I can do this because I can look out of my window and I can see the difference I've made. It's not massive difference. It's not astoundingly beautiful out there. It's not the major things, but it's a little bit different. And it's the little bit that I am celebrating. Whereas before, with my mindset, I was going, nah. What is the point in me weeding this path because it will all be back the same like next time. But I know from my business, I tell everybody, you've got to stay consistent. It's the little things that will make a difference. Yet I wasn't applying that to myself in my garden. It's no different in business than in life, than in gardening, than in whatever. It's the same principle. So if I can keep going out there and doing a little bit and seeing the difference and keeping consistent and taking the right action, my garden is going to be amazing. Your business will be amazing if you do the same thing. Get out the tools that you need to have for your business. Get training, get support on this mindset, keep motivated, know what your why is, and every day just do a little bit. You will get there. And the things you need to do every day are quite simple. You need to meet new people. You need to nurture your audience. You need to sell things to them. You need to recruit people and teach them to do the same. There's nothing more overcomplicated than that. Meet new people, sell your stuff, teach others to do the same. Bam. If you do every single thing of those every day, even just in a minute little way, you will build a business. But we don't do them and then wonder why it doesn't work, and the belief cycle goes the other way, doesn't it? It starts going the other way when you're not seeing them results. But the results can be so tiny. Celebrate the actions. If you celebrate the fact that you've done the actions and that, yes, it's going to make a difference, and look at that bigger picture vision, you will get there. You will get there. Surround yourself with the people that are going to bring you up and tell you and share with you their wins and their successes, rather than listening to those people that are telling you there's no money out there. It's never going to work. Why are you bothering with that thing? Forget them. I know that you can have a massively successful business in network marketing and direct selling and whatever else it is that you're doing while you're watching this. Honestly, huge difference if you just, if you can, avoid those people, block them out, don't talk about business to them, will make a huge difference. Get some training on this belief, absolutely. Start thinking about this belief cycle and turning it the other way. Things like mindset podcasts, journals, journaling, writing your feelings down, talking to people, that mantras and quotes and things, and affirmations, if you're into that sort of thing, will make a big difference to starting to move that mindset and that belief cycle the other way. And keep consistently doing it, consistently learning, consistently keeping with the right people, consistently believing in yourself. Yeah, we'll have a dip. We'll all have a dip at some point. We all do, but that's okay. And then being aware that you're having a dip and then moving on, rather than sitting in the dip and making that belief cycle go really, really fast the other way, will really, really help your success and your self-belief and your confidence and your life, right? Okay, so I hope that's helped today. I really, really do. If you have any questions on this, please do come and find me. If you want support on belief, on actions to take, come and join the membership. The Success Lounge membership, the successlounge.podia.com. It's on the Tinterweb as, but yeah, just send me a message, comment below, whatever you want, and I will come and help you. And if any of you are local to me, come and help with my gardening. I can provide tea. I'll see you soon.